Welcome to Electron. Before we talk about the details of how exactly energy absorbed in the atmosphere, let's talk about the general principles, the mechanics of what does it work in the atmosphere, of how the molecules in the atmosphere absorb energy. There's basically 5 different ways in which this is done. The first one is through molecular collisions. When one molecule that may be moving faster and has more kinetic energy than another molecule bumps into another molecule, they will share that, or they will transfer that energy in such a way that the one that got hit, that was moving slower, will now move a little bit faster. So molecular collisions are a big factor in how energy transfers through the atmosphere. So fast molecule colliding with a slow molecule is method number 1. The second method is that molecules can actually collide with the surface of objects that are hot, buildings, roads, the surface of the Earth in general. And so what happens is a relatively slow-moving molecule that doesn't have as much energy will make contact with the surface, pick up some of the energy from the surface, and then move away from the surface with more energy and higher speed. So picking up heat from any surface that is warm is another way in which air molecules can collect energy. A third one is through convection. Now it's a little bit more indirect. What happens is that the air that reaches the surface gets warmed up. The air will then move higher into the atmosphere because warm air expands. When warm air expands, it becomes less dense. When the air becomes less dense, it's more buoyant, and it begins to rise in the atmosphere to higher elevations, where it then comes in contact with cooler air, and then again through the first methodology, typically through collisions and sometimes through some radiation, that energy then gets transferred to the molecules that are higher up and that are colder. So it's kind of a combination with the effect that happens after molecules hit the surface and gain heat from the surface, and then with molecules distributing that heat to other molecules as the warmer air rises up into the atmosphere, and then moves that, or through collisions, transfers that energy onto cooler molecules. Of course, a big means in which the atmosphere of the Earth gains energy is through radiation from all kinds of different sources. The main sources for any particular molecule would be the sun, radiation coming from the Earth, and radiation coming from other molecules. So molecules are constantly transferring energy from one molecule to another in the air. Molecules are absorbing energy from the sun, and molecules are absorbing energy from the surface of the Earth. So radiation is a big factor, and we'll talk about that in a lot more detail. And then the concept of evaporation. Of course, the Earth's surface is almost 3/4 water. When we add up all the oceans, the lakes, and the rivers, any energy reaching those bodies of water, well, that gets absorbed by the top layer of the water, and in some cases, when the energy gets absorbed, it will actually free a molecule from the surface, therefore evaporating it away from the surface. And so then energy is locked into that molecule, because as a molecule evaporates and moves away from a liquid surface, it grabs a little of that energy, it's called the latent heat of vaporization, and then locks that energy in until that molecule, presumably water vapor, but a singular molecule of water, then meets up with other molecules, then recombines into little drops of water, and then distributing that heat that it stored from being evaporated back into the atmosphere where it's at. So then that heat then gets redistributed to the other molecules around it by condensing, and in some cases also freezing. So the latent heat of fusions. Latent heat of fusion. Okay, all right. So therefore, when the molecules don't only condense back into liquid, but also fuse into ice crystals, that's another way in which additional energy can be then distributed into the atmosphere, all starting from the evaporation of the bodies of water on the surface when they're being hit by the rays of the sun. And so these are the mechanics by which energy gets transferred. Now we need to go back and talk about it in a little bit more detail about how exactly all that takes place. What is actually happening at the molecular level, and why does it do so? Now, some molecules are better at absorbing than others, and we want to get to the bottom of why that is so as well. So starting with this concept and building on that, we'll begin to understand how heat transfers throughout our atmosphere.